You want your game to go from looking like this to looking like this? Then keep watching, because this honestly looks crazy. And even lower NPCs can use this trick as well, so I would highly recommend it. Anyways, before we get into today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It's we on the road to 17.9k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated. We are so close to 18,000. Thank you guys so much. For those guys who want to join my Discord server, make sure to do that in the description below to stay up to date with all my future content and all of Greenville's update information. But anyways, let's get straight into it. So as most of you guys probably know, within the new Greenville update, we actually got quite a lot of different graphical improvements. And even though they don't necessarily improve the graphics per se, they sort of just enhance them and overall just make the game look a lot more pleasant. So the first one was new textures / materials that they added. And although they didn't change the textures / materials for everything in the game, they did for most stuff. And overall, it's made certain buildings and just landscapes and whatnot look so much better and more realistic than they used to be. But that's not the best thing from it though, because also in this update, as a lot of you guys probably know about, if we actually go over to the paint shop over here and then we click on premium paint, you guys will see a new premium paint option, which comes with a lot of different options such as like gloss, iridescent, matte, metallic and normal, big flake, metallic, normal, huge flake, etc, 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 etc. And basically these all give cars different appearances and whatnot, and it literally enhances the paint so much more than you'd actually think. So for example, this is the original standard paint setting, which don't get me wrong, does not look bad, but then when we compare that same paint setting to the new ones, it is crazy how much of a difference there is, especially once we switch it to ones like iridescent or like the flake ones, which actually look pretty similar to the original one until you like shine it in certain areas, and it just looks really cool. We'll see you have like matte finishes as well, and I mean the paint textures and details are just so crazy now, and all of this new stuff just regarding like new textures and stuff like that make the game look so much better sort of gave me the idea to test out a shading method on Roblox that was really popular a few months ago, but it sort of got phased out over time for whatever reason. So I decided I'd show you guys it again because it actually looks so nice in this update. And just for reference for when I show it off later on in the video, this is what Roblox without any shaders looks like, or at least Greenville in specific. And I mean, it doesn't look bad by really any means, but you guys will see that when I show it off later on in the video, it's gonna look so much better than this. So some of you guys have probably already guessed it, but I am using Bloxstrap for this video, and essentially the way how you download it is I'm gonna leave the link in the description below for those guys who want to. But anyways, once you are on this page, you have to go down to the releases button right here and you click on Bloxstrap, and you click on the first one right here, which is Bloxstrap v2.5.4.exe or whatever the latest version is by the time you guys are watching this video, and you simply just want to click on that, and then obviously it will show up on your recent downloads. Then all you have to do is go into your file explorer and click on Bloxstrap, and it will immediately open up this Bloxstrap menu right here, which will have so many options that you guys can go through if you want, because a lot of them do enhance your experience on Roblox quite a lot. But the ones that I'm going to be going through in specific are over here. So first of all, if you go to fast flags, the one at the bottom here that says use alternate graphics quality selector, which essentially enables you to use the more fine-grained 1 to 21 graphics selector that you see in Roblox Studio. Now this in itself will not actually improve your graphics, especially if you already use 10 graphics, which is usually the max graphics. The difference between 10 and 21 graphics has no difference, but for those with lower NPCs who may have performance issues on using the 1 to 10 graphics selector, if you go to 1 to 21, it'll give you like a more fine detail. So basically, for example, using like 14 as your graphics setting would probably be the equivalent of using like 4.5, for example. I don't actually know for sure, that's sort of just an example, but it sort of gives you like those more intricate numbers that will hopefully help improve your performance. So make sure to turn that on for those guys who want it. And additionally, frame rate limit is also a big one for those guys who have monitors that are above 60 Hz. Make sure to put that up if you can. But the one that'll actually improve your graphics is preferred lighting technology. Now by default, it's on chosen by game, which is basically just normal Roblox graphics. However, there's 3 ones here that says voxel phase 1, shadow map phase 2, and future phase 3. Now I'm not actually 100% sure what the specific differences between these are, but I do know that voxel gives you the best performance, shadow map is like the second best performance, and then future gives you like the worst performance, but it's actually not that bad whatsoever if you have a decent PC. But all 3 of these should improve your graphics in at least some way, specifically in the lighting area of things. Now for the sake of this video, I am going to be choosing the best one, which is the future lighting, which is phase 3. And then once you are done editing all of that stuff, all you click is install, and then you simply just click install again, and then it will reinstall Roblox with Bloxstrap on it this time, and then you'll be rebooted into the Roblox app, which then you can simply click play on Greenville and you will begin loading back into the game again like normal. Alright, and now that I've rejoined the game, the way how I can actually tell that this is working, since it may not immediately be that noticeable to people, is that when I actually press shift and F5, I can see that my FPS is now at 144, which it usually isn't. And additionally, as you guys can see, my graphics slider is heavily altered, so I have a lot more options now. As you guys can see, once again, when it's at 21, it looks the exact same as 10 graphics because it is. The only difference is that now you get a lot more intricate sort of graphic modes. So once again, for those guys with lower NPCs, it could actually be quite good for you guys in finding a specific amount of graphic settings that'll hopefully make you guys performance better without having to make your game look like trash. Yeah, I mean, I can already almost tell a difference immediately. Now the thing is that Bloxstrap doesn't actually change your game's graphics by any means. backgrounds, so it's not like row shade, which unfortunately did break after Roblox's new anti-cheat came out. But instead it's sort of like its own thing where it actually updates your lighting. Now Roblox future lighting is actually a thing built into Roblox. However, games such as Greenville unfortunately do not have this, primarily because that if they did add it, users on lower end devices would end up struggling. So this essentially brings future lighting to your game without it actually having to be in the game that you're in, kinda. It's kinda hard to explain, but either way though, you don't really notice it as much in the daytime for sure. I mean, sure you can, but nighttime is when you really start noticing it for sure. Like, I mean, you can definitely see that the lighting sort of reflects a lot more and like rebounds off different surfaces a lot more dramatically, kinda. Also, the shine on your car as well is like heavily enhanced. And like, I mean, at so many different angles, it looks so much nicer. You can also see the light rays going from my headlights as well on this free cam. And it just looks so nice, dude. I can't even lie. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like a game-changing difference. But for those who do have higher end devices, it's something that I would highly recommend doing because it genuinely makes the game look so much better in a lot of different ways and just increases that immersion a lot more. You can even just see it in general, like with different buildings and stuff. Like, for example, the light from these lamps actually like reflect onto this thing. And like, there's so much more shadows and stuff as well inside of buildings. And it's just a lot more realistic than it usually is. And I think within this new update where they've revamped like materials and textures and stuff, it's honestly something that I would highly recommend doing. And personally, I've been using this again for like the past week or so. And obviously for lower NPCs, especially if you are using the highest graphics option for this, you will notice a pretty heavy dip in performance. But that's why you can also use the other graphics options as well. For example, phase 1 and phase 2, which may work better on your devices. But even then, like, I don't have a crazy high end PC and it's still running perfectly fine for me. I'm still getting a pretty solid 144 FPS here, which is an extremely respectable amount. And even in public servers, I don't really notice my frames dipping that much at all. And it's still a very good experience on top of the fact that I now have these great graphics. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 17.9k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated. Additionally, for those of you guys who want to join my Discord server, make sure to do that in the description below to stay up to date with all my future content and all of Greenville's update information. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I think it is so sick, and I'm definitely going to carry on using it in the future. I think it just makes the game look so much better in a lot of minute ways that personally I appreciate a lot. Because, you know, I will admit that at times the game does look a bit bland, so this definitely just enhances it in a lot of small ways that I appreciate a lot. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.